Hi guys, how's it going? Today I just want to take you through a quick video on why and how to use two delay pedals. Now a lot of people ask, why would you need or even want to have two pedals? Isn't that a bit excessive? And I used to think the same thing actually until I tried it, and then I realized that there is a lot of use for two delay pedals. Now, firstly, you don't necessarily need to have two delays. One delay, if you're playing simple stuff, can pretty much cover a lot of ground, but it is nice to have two, and you can do a lot more if you have two delay pedals. Firstly, if you have two, one thing you can do is set them to different times and use them for different songs. So if you're doing two different songs and you don't want to reach down and change the parameters of one of your delay pedals, you can use the other one at a different time setting and switch that one on and then off for the next song, and you can use the next delay for a different different time as well. That's it, is if you have two simple pedals like this where you can't use presets. If you have a delay pedal where you can use presets, of course that's easier. You can just store the presets and switch between presets. That's much easier. But if you have single pedals like this, you can set them at different times and use them for different songs. So that's one application. But the other application is stacking delays. In other words, running them both at the same time together. And you can get some really cool effects with two delay pedals on, running at different times. So let me show you the beauty of that kind of thing, having two delays. So I've got an analog delay and a digital delay. So let's have a look here at the difference. Now, here's the analog. Sorry, going to turn that on. Okay, a little bit darker. That's the analog, and here's the digital. Much brighter. Now let me play you something, and I'll start with just one delay, and then I'll add the other one, and you'll be able to hear the difference. So it's what I was playing at the start there. This is with one delay, just the analog delay. Okay, that sounds okay, but watch what happens when I add the digital delay and they kind of balance and work off each other. Have a listen to this. Okay, so you can hear the difference there, right? Here's just one. That's just the analog, and then add the digital. So it sounds much richer, adds a whole other dimension to it. So let me just show you how I've got them set. The analog there is just basically quarter note, and then the digital is basically twice as fast, and then you put them together and you get that kind of cool effect. So very cool. Let me show you something else. Again, we'll keep the analog at the same tempo, and then we're going to switch the digital to dotted eighth. notes. So again, the analog. Now the digital. Okay, now let's turn them. Actually, let me do one at a time. Play something else. Okay, that's just with the analog. Let's add the digital now. Okay, so here the difference there, it's the difference between this one and adding both together. You get that kind of galloping, really cool sound. Okay, so again I set it at quarter notes and dotted eighths, so they're kind of bouncing off each other. You don't want to set them the same, you want to set them differently for that kind of effect. And the other beauty of using two delays is with ambient style. So if you're doing volume swells and stuff, let me give you an example. I'll just start with the analog, just one delay. So okay, I'm going to do some swells. That's with one. Okay, that sounds cool, one delay, but then let's add the digital as well and see what that sounds like. So you can probably hear it just fills it out a lot more, gives you a bit more sustain and kind of a bigger sound. Okay, and then of course if you add some reverb, you get a really lush kind of a swell sound with two delays and reverb. Okay, so it sounds really sweet to me. One other thing that you can do with two delays, even like single note kind of things, like that's with one delay. Let's add the other one.